year-end special roundup of group text and behind the velvet rope. So who could it possibly be but me and David Yontef?
Are you feeling festive?
I am. Look at me. I put on my red sweater for today.
I love it. I didn't mean to cut you off. I love it. I'm happy
No,
we're here.
yeah, I felt like I guess it's time to crack out a red sweater.
I love it. Red is a good color on you. I like it.
Thank you. Everybody likes color on me, and all I want to do is wear black, navy, gray, or beige.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Very, very New York. Yeah, you're like in beige a lot, actually.
I am. I am in beige a lot because I feel like then I can't be chastised for only wearing dark colors.
It's the New Yorker in you.
Yeah, and also I even jumped in with a dark nail polish, but I'm calling this angry holiday because it's like not red. It's like an angry red without being Lincoln Park, which is the famous dark color.
I love it. A
Yes.
little darkness is okay.
Yeah, a little angry red.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, but enough about my really ridiculous nail problems. So much to round up at the end of the year. And one of the big reality stories you were telling me about, Teresa and Melissa are reconciling. Like, this is crazy.
It is, listen, you were there. You were at BravoCon, which we could talk about BravoCon. It started there and it started with this announcement and then they were together there. They just had a dinner and now they are officially having Christmas Eve at Melissa's house together. Louis, Teresa, Melissa, Joe, the whole gang.
You know, I I I suppose this year has made me a wee bit cynical. But supposedly it was this chance kind of meeting at BravoCon and eyes connected and unicorns and rainbows flew out of everybody's butts and suddenly we're family. Now, I find that a little staged because they're fighting to get New Jersey back on the air, correct?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Andy has said, this is amazing. Like, we all want families to reconcile. Like, this isn't going to get it back on the air. Like, you guys do this for you, and let's see what happens. So, Melissa just did an interview and she's like, hey, New Jersey, where are the cameras? So they are both calling out to ask. I have so many mixed feelings on this. You know why? This is, believe it or not, I'm actually going to take a semi non-cynical view on this. And I
Okay, let's
find
hear it.
well, here's the thing. Like, if you have someone that's your opposition in life, which I think we're too old to have opposition at this point, let's all get along. But if you do have someone that's your opposition and you really try to take them down, like these two have, people like to take people down that they can take down. So when you try to take someone down and they don't go down, and Teresa didn't go down and Melissa didn't go down, and you reconcile, I think you remember that, like, you just know that's not the person to fuck with, right? Like, whether this is authentic or not, I think they both realize, like, man, that wasn't fun. Like, I try to take you down, you try to take me down. That was miserable. So I almost think whether it's organic or not, or it's for the wrong reasons, I actually think this reconciliation is going to last because I think you just remember how awful it was when you try to take your enemy down in air quotes and it didn't work. So that's the last person you really want to fuck with anymore.
But they're also very smart women.
Yes.
And, when you meet your match in something like that, first of all, you never 100% trust them again. Your
True.
guard's always going to be up. But I feel like, again, these are all very savvy people. This is, we will get attention for doing this. Now, I'm cynical, but I hope that it's genuine.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they did go out to dinner and they all took a picture of all four of them. A lot of people were like, "Why are you posting a picture?" If it's really a reconciliation, it's for you and the family. Why are we putting it on social media? The thing is, this did work. Like the Miami housewives, like Alexia and Marisol and Adriana, like they were off the air for 10 years and they consistently were out to dinner. Now, whether they showed up and had one drink and went their separate ways, but they posted pictures for 10 years together to say that they quote unquote hang out together. And the Shahs of Sunset, like Reza and Gigi and MJ, I was so cynical for like 3 years. They were like having cameras follow them. I'm like, they hired their own cameras to follow them. There is no show, but they kept posting pictures together, and now Shaw's is back in a different form. So this has worked at least twice in the past. So what we don't think, like what Andy says, like we're not interested in, if they keep doing this and now the holidays and then we're going to have Valentine's Day and Easter. I think it's a long road. Like this is, they're going to have to keep really being in it, but I think it could work.
Yeah, I love that you're such an optimist.
I don't know. This is the holidays.
Yeah, I also wonder if there is sort of a behind the scenes playbook, you know, where like, okay, we're thinking about bringing you back, but this is what we need.
Right. Like
Oh,
that is,
like proof of concept.
yeah, like meaning Bravo themselves are actually involved. I thought of that and they're like, this is what you need to do. First, you need to do this. Then you need to roll it out to the public. Then you need to do this. I
Well,
mean,
no,
look,
then we need to see if the public cares.
right. Then we need it's a true proof of concept. Right, because they tried, I mean, New Jersey's been on pause for almost 2 years now. They couldn't figure it out. If they could figure it out, I think they tried to visualize Melissa and no Teresa, Teresa no Melissa. There was all these rumors, these newbies were in the mix with only Melissa, and then that didn't pan out. So right, they've tried everything else. It is possible that Bravo said, okay, we actually don't know what to do. Nothing else that is on our vision board works. You're an executive producer in the business. So, so right, it's like a proof of concept of like, okay, here's what we need. And now it's 2 years later, you haven't made the money. And they're like, great, we're willing to try it. Thanks for thinking of us.
Yeah, exactly. But, you can't deny that it is not brilliant. And one of the things we keep talking about over and over in the last year is the strength of women this year, the power of women this year, and that literally this year in pop culture, all the women have been the smartest people in the room, which we're going to get to. But I was at BravoCon, which we have not had a chance to discuss.
We
So
have
I
not.
saw Vicki right after she got her orange. I mean, either she is going to win an Academy Award for getting it, and being surprised, or it was a produced fantastic moment. Part of me wants to think she actually was surprised.
She says she was surprised. Andy even says, like, I didn't realize we were actually going to do this, which I don't even understand that. Aren't you the executive producer? So I personally think that here's where I guess I'm cynical again. So, like, let's not think the holidays have affected me too much. I think you had to have known. I mean, does it matter? Like, every year at the end of the year, I do a 10 best and a 10 worst housewives list. And it's not like my favorites. It's like who had the best year this year? Like who was,
Right.
and I mean, Vicki, like, bravo, like, no pun intended. Like, you wanted this for 5 years, you got it. I even did a show, like, my heart did warm. And I don't know what's going on here, but she's wanted this for so long. It's like, more power to you.
Well, the story circulating, again, I have no idea if it's true, was that it was so last minute that they hadn't even negotiated a deal.
That is the story going around.
And there was a lot of housewife to housewife buzz about it. That they were all like, good for her. Good for her. Now she's actually got a leg to stand on in negotiations.
You think so? Or is it like she was so excited it's going to be like, here's what you're taking, take it or leave
I don't
it?
know, but all backstage they were all buzzing and in a positive way. about Vicki going, you know what? Good for her. She's now in the power seat.
Yeah, I mean, like there is, to your point, a rumor of like last minute. I heard that, well, Crystal Kung Minkoff from Beverly Hills was saying she believes and she heard apparently that like Katie Janela from the Real Housewives of Orange County was supposed to come back and she kind of had a rough season and they decided at the last minute they weren't bringing her back. And to your point, it does track then that this was last minute. Does it even matter? Does it matter if Vicky was the last minute, last choice, like leftover? Who cares, right? It's
Who
like you
cares?
got what you wanted. Now make
And
something of it.
everyone from every franchise, which I found fascinating, was really excited for her.
Yeah.
Like they were all, it lifted the energy backstage where people were like, "Oh my God, we're so excited for her." And I found that interesting because she wasn't always the most popular girl amongst the other girls.
But the BravoCon backstage was just everyone was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And good for her.
That was my reaction too. It's interesting to hear that that's their reaction too. It's just,
Which was really nice.
yeah, housewives supporting housewives.
You know what? It's a new charity. Um, I had a blast at BravoCon. I don't know how much anybody got to see with our little red carpet and Dax Holt and I setting up in our, loading dock area where they don't think we're supposed to be, but we do because this year I had an all access wristband. So I was able to kind of slide everyone in because I moderated a below deck panel. So we know how excited I was about that. And it was so much fun. I was so nervous.
Really?
I don't know why, but the weird thing was, and I talked to Andy about it, that stage is huge and very spread out. And when you're trying to have conversations with people and sort of try and make it a fun interview, Q&A, like it's really hard to like lean over and see someone at the end and do it. But it was interesting because I talked to Andy as a friend. I'm like, oh my God, that stage was a nightmare. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, it is really hard. So I again haven't watched it. I don't know if I did a good job. Everyone on my panel seemed to have fun. So, but I actually, one of the people I did not expect to have like a big personality was Captain Carrie. He was, because he's so serious on the show,
Yeah.
hilarious. I
Really.
got to do a podcast with him after. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. He is hilarious. And that was a huge revelation for me. Of course, I got to see Sandy, who I adore, and Aisha, who I adore. I got to meet Daisy for the first time, who I did not expect to be as tall as she is. And oh my
Interesting.
God, the body of death. The
Really?
body of death. I made it my mission to break through all the serious personalities, which I'm not sure that Bravo was so happy about, but they hired me. What did they think they were going to get but my silliness? I managed to run around with Captain Jason like for a bunch of time, and he was selling some sort of a scent. So I was running
Interesting.
around and we kept spraying people with Captain Jason scent, including him. And we were goofing around backstage and he had a sample. So we made him spray it. And then Dax and I jumped through it. And I mean, and then it was just became this whole funny thing. But I loved having the chance to actually interact with these people in a way that I believe broke down the seriousness of the personalities.
This is your dream come true. And
Yes,
I think it's funny that, you were nervous on this stage. Like there you are on the red carpet with your mom, J Lo, Reese Witherspoon, Julia Roberts, like A-list Hollywood, but this made you nervous.
I think what made me nervous was A, not wanting to fuck it up because I have wanted to do a below deck panel moderator for years and I basically begged to do it. Like apparently I've been on the list for years and I finally am like, yes, I'm getting to do it. And then, oh, and then I saw Kate Chastain, but only from a distance. And I literally fangirled out. Like I was like, oh my God, it's Kate. Like I seriously have, I think it's a bit of a sickness. But I got to talk to a lot of them backstage. And apparently Ben, Chef Ben and I almost met in the past. My family used to charter a yacht over the holidays. And apparently Ben was supposed to be the chef on one of our charters and got fired like 2 charters before. But then he said he told me this story that he'd heard about my mom on the boat, and it was so wrong and out of context. And of course, I felt the need to correct him. The story was he had heard that my mom was freaking out at the crew because they hadn't tied the boat up right and blah, blah, blah. Like, my mother did not know how to tie up a boat. But my mother at the time, her longtime companion after my father, was a very well-known man, and he had been a war hero in a very waspy, important family, and he had lost a leg in World War II. So for him to be on a boat was very complicated. And my mother kept saying, we have to tie it up really close to the dock. We have to, we have to, we have to, we have to. And apparently at one point, it we were either it was moving or it wasn't 100% tied, and he tried to walk down and it got real dicey for a minute. So I explained that to Ben, that it wasn't that my mother was having a tantrum, and he's like, "Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense." Which just goes to show you that like rumors are untrue. But I love the fact that Ben like almost cooked for me 20 years ago.
That's
And isn't
crazy.
that crazy?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's crazy.
crazy?
And this is how rumors get started.
Yes, but I gotta tell you, I had the best time at BravoCon. Oh my God, Kyle looks unbelievable, and Caroline Stanbury looks jaw-dropping in person.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Kyle is looking good. Look, she gets up and works. She doesn't drink at all now. Hasn't in a really long time.
But, I get right up there and, like, look. I am not
Right.
discreet about it. I'm looking for scars, I'm looking for whatever, but
You know
those
who?
those and I got to see Rachel Zoe.
How is that?
It was for me, it was great, you know, and she actually stopped and talked to us, and because I was wearing a ridiculous outfit intentionally, and when she turned around, we're like, "Rachel, couldn't you get on our little red carpet?" And she was about to say no, and she turned around and saw that was me and literally went, and I'm like, "I know. I know. I know what I am wearing. I know I look foolish." But she's the big buzz coming out of, well, Beverly Hills right now.
It's back. People are so happy Rachel's on it. We have her. She's joined. We have Amanda Francis, who also is really doing a good job. Like she, in her first scene or first episode, there was this painting assignment and they were painting this nude guy or whatever. And they were like handing out alcohol. And of course, Kyle, like I said, doesn't drink. And Amanda was like, I'll just have a water, non-alcoholic. And Erica was giving her some attitude. And Amanda is just like, she gave it right back in like one of her first scenes to Erica Jane. And she's like, you're basically shaming me for like positive life choices. I think this Amanda Francis is also going to be a great one to watch. But Rachel, too, is doing great.
Yeah, and people have read a bunch that my friend Fraser had a heart attack, and it's now become a story, but I have texted with him. He is back in LA. He is home. He is healthy. He is with Matt, the boyfriend, who I saw them together at BravoCon, which was lovely. And I'm just so happy on so many levels, especially because he's a friend, that he is healthy and happy. And I did say to him when he posted this shirtless selfie with the leads, I'm like, I like the fact that the leads are strategically placed to highlight your abs.
Yeah, like, Frasier knows what he's doing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and he did laugh. So that's kind of our roundup of housewives, but you know what's coming. You
What
know
is
what's coming.
coming?
Traitors.
Oh my God. Okay, yes.
Traitors
January.
is back in January, and I haven't gotten you as obsessed with Traitors as I am.
No, I'm
Okay,
obsessed. I'm
you are. Oh,
obsessed.
you caught up.
I'm obsessed. I'm
Okay, so
all
you caught up.
in. Yes, I have caught up. I think it's like one of the best games, like just phenomenal. I
And
love it.
have you watched the UK version and the Australian version?
No,
Oh, you have to watch those two. Like
even better.
completely different, but just as good because they have a lot of real people with a couple celebs mixed in. So it's
They're doing a version in the US now with like real people. I don't know when it's coming out or where it's coming out. Like, I don't know if it's NBC or Peacock. I thought it was going to be on NBC, but I could be wrong. But they're doing an alternate version here too now.
okay. This is an all-star cast this year. I want to save my favorite fly in the ointment for last. So who do we have? We have Candace Dillard, Portia, Caroline Stanbury, Lisa Rinna, Johnny Weir, Donna Kelce, which is going to
That
be
makes you so,
awesome.
yeah, that makes you happy.
And Dorinda, who I love, is back, but there is a big old fly in the ointment. And it's sort of this year's version of Boston Rob, Michael Rappaport.
It's great casting. It's great.
I mean, for those who don't know Michael, he is so smart. He is beyond outspoken and
Yeah.
he doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks.
He's going to get into, Alan Cumming said there's something in episode 6 that is like the most shocking thing in Traitors history. He's like, I literally, like, the contestants didn't know what to do. My mouth was on the floor. I've never been so, and it was like authentic. He wasn't just saying this as like, when they say every season's the best season, he's like, I cannot even explain to you. So why do I think this just has Michael Rapport's probably in the center of whatever this is?
I think Michael Rappaport is 100% in the center of this. And I mean, talk about brilliant casting.
It is brilliant casting, I have to say. You mean you had me at Lisa Rinna. I cannot, she's already wearing all the leopard print, and I cannot wait to watch Lisa Rinna on this show.
And I think Dorinda's coming in with a chip on her shoulder after being eliminated so early last time.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, look, I'm sure she's coming back to play a whole different game this time, right?
Yeah. I mean, Dorinda never got a chance.
I have a feeling, I just have a weird feeling like Rinna does well, and I just want somebody from our Bravo world to go really far.
Do we think we're going to have a lot of housewife on housewife fighting?
The rumor is that Michael Rappaport got into it with Candace Dillard, but that is just a rumor. Candace has said, I can't tell you who, but someone has done me so dirty and so awful that I don't practice my reads, but I'm literally practicing a read for the reunion because someone did me so bad in this game. And the rumors online are that it's Michael Rappaport just by process of elimination.
Yeah, because he's got the personality to take no prisoners.
He doesn't care.
Um,
I'm
okay.
excited though. I'm
Oh,
excited.
I've got like a countdown clock. Like I can, and the thing is, I've gotten Steve completely hooked on all these shows. He literally now lives for Traitors and Below Deck. Like he was in Vegas with me, but did not come to BravoCon except when I did the Below Deck panel.
Did he love it?
Oh, he's as big of a Below Deck fan as I am, and I am not proud that I have turned him into this person. But literally last night we're like, "Ooh, we have two to catch up on," because I've been out of town. Like I mean, it's just hilarious, and it's like our thing. Um, Something that isn't his thing at all, but our thing, the Met Gala. Huge changes at Vogue this year. Anna Wintour now not officially editor in chief, but international creative director, which to me means she's obviously still completely in charge, but maybe not the grind of day to day, more of just everybody presenting to her and her getting to say no.
Yeah.
The Met Gala was her big thing. And Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez have been named as the title sponsors.
I'd like to know how much that is. I just want to know how much they gave.
I have mixed emotions about this. Well, first of all, I was going to say, and you and I talked about this, is it going to influence the guest list? I don't see how, because they were already there and everyone they socialized was there. The only one I think that could be coming back was Katy Perry, who was very outspoken along with a lot of other actresses about what a miserable experience was going to the Met Gala.
Why did she not like it? Just dressing up and it's uncomfortable and
It
just
was just a miserable experience for her. And I can't remember, a few others came out and said, I don't care if I never go again. I was so unhappy. But Katie is really good friends with Lauren and Jeff. And now Katie is public with the new boyfriend, Justin Trudeau, ex Prime Minister of Canada. And Katie was at the wedding, or no, Katie was on tour, but Orlando, her ex-husband, was at the wedding, but then Katie was on like the honeymoon cruise. So I think that's
yeah.
the only big shock.
Right. Like, you know, and Chloe doesn't like going either, but Chloe also just doesn't like red carpets. But you know, like all the Kardashians will be there, but they would have been there anyway, or at least Kim and like I'm sure Courtney and Travis probably because they're together now, and Kris and Kylie. It's
Yeah,
not a
and but
shock, right?
you can't throw a rock at the Met Gala and not hit a Kardashian.
Yeah.
And it made me think back to the days. Do you remember when Anna Wintour said, I will never have a Kardashian on the cover of Vogue? And next thing you knew, it was Kim and Kanye on the cover of Vogue. And then it was only Kim was allowed to the Met Gala. And then they let Kris. And then obviously they let Kendall because Kendall had fashion legit. And now it's just like,
Kylie.
it's all of them.
Yeah, all of
It,
them.
um, has the Met Gala peaked?
A little bit, right? Like, because back in the day, you remember it was like just so exclusive. Like, you mean like A-list people were left off because they didn't have the right fashion sense or the right, like, it was really, right? It had that just allure, whether it was all BS or not, I don't know, but it had that allure, right? I don't really
And,
have that now.
you know, is I don't think it has the special anymore. It was very much an insiders, outsiders, clear list of who, again, who was cool in fashion, and you could still be the biggest star in the world and not be invited.
Right. And there was a lot of people that weren't even huge, but they had their following and they had the cool sense and like
The
Anna knew
fashion
who, yeah,
cred,
yeah.
and the whole thing. So it's going to be interesting. I'm sad because, and it has nothing to do with Lauren and Jeff. I just feel like in the past couple years that we've kind of lost the luster of
Yeah.
the Met Gala. And I think this is just a sign of the times that it's now, it's always been a charity event, but now it's like, okay, and that, I mean, I used to live for the Met Gala. I used to live for it. Not so much
Yeah.
anymore.
Not so much anymore. I kind
Um,
of agree with you. Yeah.
but why do you think Lauren and Jeff stepped up? Is it a fashion flex because now Lauren has had access to all these designers that she never would have had? And I mean, the other night she was out in a $10,000 dress. And by the way, you got to love that she is completely unapologetic about it.
Yeah, she doesn't care. You know,
Mm-mm.
I love when it's like her and Kris Jenner and like who has the better Birkin. And yeah, Lauren doesn't. Yeah, I think it's a fashion flex of just, you know, who doesn't want to work with Lauren Sanchez? I mean, she can walk into the store and buy whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, it's gonna be I don't think it's really on first look it's gonna change it that much, but I think it is not a commercialization of it, but not as special.
And this might be like their new thing. You know, the new tradition might be like Jeff and Lauren, like every
Yeah.
year,
Or a
just their
huge
thing.
title sponsor, Google presents the Met
Mm.
Gala, who knows? Who knows? But we just mentioned rumors and this and the red carpet, and you said Kylie. Wow, were we all played with the Kylie and Timothée Chalamet breakup rumors?
Yeah, it seems they wore those joint orange leather outfits to the Marty Supreme. I don't know what country that was in. Was that Brazil or Paris or something? Maybe it was here. But they're together, right? They're
But
still
we
together.
heard so much. I mean, it was just out there. They're not together, they're broken up. There's problems. She wants him, he doesn't want her. I mean, it was this constant drumbeat of are they or aren't they? And Kris, in all her genius, made
Genius.
sure they weren't seen together. They played right into it and then popped up on that red carpet together, basically saying to everyone, ha ha, we are together, dispelling rumors. And then you said, like, within a day, Kris was seen in a Marty Supreme sweatshirt and Kendall was seen in a Marty Supreme sweatshirt, which is the name of the movie.
Right. And like to your point, like it only helps Timothy's movie. You know, like you're not seen together for months and months. And there was rumors about Thanksgiving, but you didn't see anything. And
Nope.
right, like this is the first time. So listen, you know the Kardashians, like Chris even said it on one episode many years back. Like when you come into this family, like even like Kanye, of all I think they've kind of moved on from that, but like Tristan and Black China is like back in the mix and she's like sued them for like $100 million. Like they really do support whoever the significant other is. So
As long as it benefits them.
yeah, I think maybe Kanye might be the rare
Well,
exception these
Kanye's an
days.
outlier and a whole separate, legitimately troubled set of problems. I
Yes.
mean, and I think that's why they're always very quiet, and especially to protect Kim's kids.
Yeah,
This
I
is
would agree.
that is where cameras go down.
I would agree. But yes, Kris Jenner is just brilliant. And, it's in a way, they're such an unlikely couple. Like, he's like really serious about the craft, but somehow it just works, right? She has
Well, who
a
doesn't
global
like? I
business.
mean, here he is, cute guy, actory. Yeah, he could have any girl he wanted, but he's kind of a little bit nerdy. And he's got like, one of the hottest women on earth who also doesn't need him for money.
Yeah. Yes, and yes. She
Yeah.
has more money than him and she runs a business. And I think that, listen, I really truly think I'm a huge Kardashians fan, but I really think if you watch them, they really are relatively, I always get hate when I say this, but it is what it is. They are pretty normal underneath it all. Like I really do think they have normal values and they just work and they work.
They go to the office every day.
Yeah.
Nothing happens by accident. Everything is performance. Everything is thought through. And again, and I always say this, which is fascinating to me, and all credit to Kris. In all these years, you've never heard about an unhappy employee. You've never heard a restaurant say they were rude. You never hear that they show up at work late, disheveled, you know, not prepared. I have worked with them and they are disciplined and beyond professional.
Yeah, I agree. You never, I guess so like you could say employees, well, they signed NDAs, but I agree, like you never hear of like a random waiter or waitress or anything.
Nothing. And that comes from the top. And that comes from
Yeah.
Kris. And it is truly a business. But man, the Timothée Chalamet, Kylie rumors, that was brilliant.
You feel played, Melissa.
I don't feel played. I tip my hat to how brilliantly that was handled, because it wasn't, oh my God, they broke up. It was a drip, drip, drip. It wasn't, they're not together. It was spoon fed in little tiny doses.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like things could be so planned out, but we all plan a lot of things out and they go left, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, well, this isn't how I planned it. This is a total disaster. It is amazing that things are so planned out. Like Taylor Swift, it's so planned out, and yet it never really seems to go awry. That is just, and there's so many Kardashians. There's so many things that could go awry, and somehow it doesn't.
You just brought up Taylor Swift, and you were telling me the rumor mill is cranking out stories about the upcoming wedding, which none of us know when is happening. None of us know where it's going to be. No one knows what she's going to wear. For all, I mean, I think she does want a big, huge wedding. For all we know, it's going to be a quiet ceremony where no one can find them. We don't know.
We don't. And that's why like I click and I read a little bit and then I stop reading because I'm like, it's gonna change. We're gonna hear so many things. The latest thing I heard, it was like in Rhode Island near her house. And I guess the venue that they really want someone reserved the particular, I don't know how, but they want a particular day and whatever it was, they like called the person and like whatever, if the deposit was like 250,000 or whatever, they're like, we'll give you like 700, like whatever it was, they were giving them like 5 times the amount. Lose your deposit, take our check, and go away. This is our date. Have a nice life. Like go start your life with our $1 million or whatever. And sorry, we're stealing your date.
I'd be all right with that.
I was gonna say you just pick another date, right?
Pick the night. Say, can we have it the next day, and can we still use all your flowers?
Yeah.
That's like
Like
a win-win. Can you leave the flowers?
whatever it is, take the money and run.
But the press is so programmed, and her fans are so on alert. We're already hearing Easter eggs about what of her friends she's having dinner with. Is she telling us who her bridesmaids are going to be? Who's going to be this? Who's going to be that? Da, da, da. And you want to say, no one knows. And they have so consciously stepped back from
Yeah.
the spotlight, because we all got oversaturated in 2024. Like no one could take it anymore. She started to get backlash with the new album and too many special exclusive versions, and people were saying it's not fair to make the fans keep shelling out money. They barely show her at games anymore. And it's, I think, a very conscious effort to go slightly dark.
Yeah, I think so.
Again, knowing their playbook, but I mean, it's going to be an amazing wedding. I mean, and by the way, they released all the video of her with Selena at her wedding and being one on one with her, which now everyone's saying is the Easter egg that Selena's going to be a big part of the wedding.
Hmm. I'm not coming for the Swifties because I know better. That's like coming for Kris Kardashian.
Oh,
But
I'm not coming for the Swifties at all. I'm saying this is being so micromanaged
yeah.
that it's almost going to be a really fun game for them.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, sometimes they do read into Easter eggs that aren't really there. Not coming for them, but sometimes it's just a friend supporting a friend. She's friends with, this girl. That's why she went to the wedding, and it's not.
Maybe
I
she's
do.
just having dinner with friends, and I
Yeah.
I would think at this point they're just getting over the excitement of the engagement. They're just really starting to settle in, and where are they going to live and what's their life going to look like. I have a feeling there's still a lot of decisions being made. I'm sure they know the venue. I'm sure they know who wants to participate. I think they know where the family is going to fall into it. I think she's probably picked one or two friends. Let's not forget, One of her best friends, who she was a bridesmaid for, is one of her childhood friends. So I think we're going to see a really interesting mix. And I think it's going to be, I think it's really going to show who they are. And I think that's a good thing because I think it's a very real relationship.
I was going to say, and they're another couple that I feel are strip away it all, are down to earth.
Yeah. The only thing I'm going to be convinced of is that Jason's daughters are going to be flower girls.
Okay, I
His
could see
nieces.
that.
Yeah, Travis's nieces.
I could see that.
That I think is the one we can lock.
I just want to know, where are Travis and Jason and Taylor going to sit every week and watch the Traitors? Because you
Yeah.
know
Oh,
they're going to be watching it.
or be on the phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Or calling their mom and going, how could you have done that?
Casting Donna Kelce was just a brilliant move.
Well, I can't wait. The other story that I think we want to wrap up on, you have heard a rumor that Cher is going to marry her 39-year-old boyfriend.
You know, I called you yesterday. I told you I was very upset about this. Like, I
Yes,
couldn't sleep.
this was truly distressing for you.
This is very distressing for me. Like, I'm not okay with this. It cannot
But
happen.
again, Cher saying it's not true. People disagree. Get married. He's not going to get anything. This is not a stupid woman who's like, a teenager in love who's like, what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours. And this, she's like, what's mine is mine. Love me for me. You get the benefits while we're together. I'm not your retirement plan.
Look at, okay, I'm not comparing these two people, but look at David Geffen, who just
Yeah.
married. He's 80 and married. How old is that guy? 30, and they were married for like 2 days, 5 weeks, whatever the hell it is. And now he's getting money.
Yeah. Well,
Now, I do think Cher might be smarter than David Geffen,
it's hard
maybe.
for anyone to actually be smarter than David Geffen in a sort of
He's,
larger sense. But
that's
I
what I
don't think,
mean.
again, like we were saying, it's the year of the smart woman.
Okay, because listen, that money is for not for this boyfriend.
No, this is truly 2025 has been the year of the smart, in control woman. And I gotta say, thumbs up to that. It's one of the positives that has come out of 2025.
Thumbs up to that.
It,
Cher, you're one of them. Do not do it. If you do it, just dot your T's and cross your I's.
absolutely, David, I love you.
We got to do this again in the new year, Melissa.
Yes, and hopefully we'll have a big, huge celebrity scandal. I'm desperate for someone to do something stupid.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
That's
It's
on
just
that's on my Christmas list and my Hanukkah list. A giant celebrity scandal.
look, I think, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it was. I mean, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This year we had Baldoni and Blake Lively. Trust me. Well, I mean, that was okay for a minute. You want really big.
I want like a Johnny Depp level scandal.
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
huge. I want someone that's gonna take someone down. I want dirty secrets.
I'm okay with that. Listen, you have 365 days, which starts in a few weeks, 2 weeks. I think you're going to get your wish, and you and I will be covering every last minute of it.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers triple crossed.
David, I love you.
It's been great, Melissa. I'll see you soon.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.